Hello and welcome everyone to this very special episode of इस podcast को क्या नाम दूँ? The next thing, which is the best dance sequence in the show?
I really like Khushi's Didi Teri Jeet Chi Divane. Yeah, that one.
गुस्से के ये ढूंढे बहाने क्या करे ये हंसना भी न जाने क्या करे ये हंसना भी न जाने
Best crack moment of the show. You see, I very carefully thought about the sequence. Oh, by the way, one more comment for the comedy is that I completely realized how they wasted Akshay as an actor when I saw that New Year's Eve, because his comic timing is oof.
It's amazing, yeah. You go first. I need to think
Alright.
about this one.
I am endlessly amused by Rocky. And the
God.
favorite.
So you mean like actual crack? It can be like a comic thing.
It can be a comic thing. I completely.
And yet she chooses Rocky. Okay.
I choose Rocky. Yeah. What can be more crack than Rocky? Excuse me? Trust me, Rocky from the kidnapping track, man, that dude is amazing. I love that actor. I love what he did. He had dialogues of he would give Khushi a plate of food. Khushi would not eat that. And he's like, it's okay. I will only eat it. Otherwise, food will go waste.
अभी तक खाना नहीं खाया। व्रत रखा है क्या? किसके नाम का रखा है ये भी तो बता दो। खा लो। अरे हमारे हाथ से भी खा लो। मान ही नहीं रही हो। लो चलो हम ही खा लेते हैं। वेस्ट जाएगा।
What a classic kidnapper. Like that's totally like he tries to be threatening, but he's not. And the fact that he's my favorite Rocky sequence is Rocky holding Arnav at gunpoint and speaking aloud Shyam's plans so as to Arnav can learn that Shyam is shipping gifts to Shantivan.
यस बॉस। नहीं बॉस, बाकी लड़के नहीं हैं। नहीं कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है। सामान इसके घर पर भेजना होगा। हाँ बताइए बॉस, क्या सामान भेजना है? ओके बॉस, सामान रायजादा घर पे कुरियर हो जाएगा।
हाँ तुरंत करो।
Like, oh Rocky, I love you so much. Like, Rocky was amazing, dude.
See, personally, between those two, I'd have picked the Chole Bhatura, but okay. When you don't laugh out loud, it looks like I'm like pausing to admire my own joke. Okay, she was laughing, she just was not audible. I don't know if this will count as crack, but I mean, I don't know. This is just the first thing that comes to mind because I have to pick a moment that Mommy is in because I cannot go with crack without Mommy being present. I just really loved that scene where, because it was rare to find scenes that I loved later on the show. Okay, this is even more precious because of this. But when the marriage almost got cancelled, or like Arnav.
Excuse me?
ये सब बरसों से चला आ रहा है। अब तुम एक काम करो, जाके फटी साड़ी सर पे इनारियल हिट कर दियो और शादी कैंसिल का मामला एकदम ठीक कर दियो। जाओ।
See, मैरिज का दी एंड करने के लिए ये रस्म जरूरी है।
आओ ना।
NK Mami, like that combination outside of Sangeet, amazing.
I absolutely agree. And the fact that
Arnav believes it is what makes it. He like takes the coconut downstairs and he's...
हुआ जी? ये सब करने की क्या जरूरत?
बबुआ, ये तुम्हारे हाथ में नारियल का है?
ये खुशी के सर के... That's not the point. मैंने कब कहा कि मैं शादी तोड़ रहा हूँ?
Oh, that worked so well. That worked. Oh my god, yes. Next question. What was the best track or plot or subplot in the show?
Khushi, like the office sequence in the beginning. I'd say that was the most like the perfect beginning and completion of the track.
तुम्हारे अपॉइंटमेंट लेटर में एक और क्लॉज डलवा रहा हूँ। अगर तुमने अगले 15 दिन में इस कंपनी को कुछ छोड़ा तो तुम इस कंपनी को 1 लाख रुपए दोगे।
भाड़ में गए आप और भाड़ में गए आपकी नौकरी, क्योंकि इस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट से ज्यादा, आपसे ज्यादा हमारी जिंदगी की कीमत है।
Very well said. I would say Diwali to Arnav Lavanya's breakup, like that thing, because there were multiple subplots that were very difficult to execute. It was a well-written angst with drops of comedy wherever necessary and seriousness wherever necessary, and I really like it that Arnav realizes that he needs to break up with Lavanya. And it's less about him liking Khushi, it's more about him not being honest to Lavanya. I really like that Khushi was not involved in that equation. Like Lavanya realizes his heart is with someone else, and that's Khushi. But I think I genuinely loved that he had a mature conversation with her. And I really liked the tumult of emotions that Arnav went through from Diwali. Like, on Diwali, he was like, incredibly attracted to her. She was attracted to him. Post Diwali, there's that intense denial from both ends that nothing happened. And then he literally went batshit crazy with jealousy when he learned that she also ended up getting engaged. And therefore, he started pulling one mind tricks after the other. And the reason why I can watch it is because the show also tells us that whatever Arnav is doing is wrong. And also, they don't play a single Rabbave post Diwali, post Lavanya leaves. Like the first Rabbave post Diwali happens much later in the show, which I think was a very wise decision. Next question. Best revelation, surprise in the show. I know one, and that is, I mean, we all know Shyam's a villain, but I did not expect him to kill Shashi. That scene was shocking.
मिल गई दवाई। अरे आप कहाँ रहे? हम आते हैं आपके पास। इसे ही ढूंढ रहे हैं ना आप? हाँ? हाँ? हाँ?
First of all, brilliantly acted by Abhas. Oh my god. Again, great casting over there. And that scene was something like when I watched it, I literally had goosebumps on my skin because I did not know where this was going. So I think that was that was a surprise for me as well.
I honestly don't think I have one. Like outside of this, that was a surprise, agreed. But it was more shocking to me in the... Like, it wasn't a reveal, it was more like, oh, he's capable of this. I guess you could call that a reveal. Outside of that, I don't think I was like... There were moments where I was honestly, like, genuinely didn't expect what was happening to happen.
I just remembered, I did not see the scene coming where Khushi would sit in the auto rickshaw and then the driver would be Arnav.
देवी मैया शक्ति देना देवी मैया।
What the?
आप यहाँ?
जाना कहाँ?
आप ऑटो चला रहे?
Yeah, comedic timing. But for me, I think, like, the scenes that I would have been shocked at if I had not known all of these, like, I started watching the show for reference almost like close to the first marriage happening. So the bulk of the show that I considered to be the best part of it had already passed. So I knew like bits and pieces of it. Like I imagine if I saw Ulala, for example, without having any indication that was going to happen. That would have been one where I was like, excuse me. Like, you know, there are scenes like that that I think would have been shocked at, but I don't like. I didn't have that feeling because I was aware of that.
Now, best fan-ons, which is basically fan canon, which basically means that some ideas, thoughts, or ships that fans have thought post the show that you think is perfect for the show and fits it completely.
I genuinely enjoy any like I would say this is the thing that I missed most in the show, and I'm happy to see when it happens in fan works is a period of separation post the Shyam reveal, or like you know at those points of time, or like post 6 months, however you want to categorize it, a period of time where Arnav and Khushi were separated because I think both of them needed time and distance for some of these things to heal and for them to work on their own issues without love blinding their eyes.
Yeah. For me, there would be. I just love the ship of Anjali and Aman and NK and Lavanya. That is the perfect fandom thinking. Like, yes, NK and Lavanya are so identical to each other. They're really good. And Anjali and Aman, like both of their part-time job, Aman's literal job and Anjali's part-time job is to obsess over Arnav. So I can see the common ground in which they'd fall in love. And now I'll ask you a series of quick questions that you have to answer like rapid fire. Are you ready?
I'm good at this. Go.
3, 2, 1, go. Barun's best scene in the show.
I really like that scene. The I hate you scene.
हम भी आपसे नफरत करते हैं जितनी आप करते हैं उससे कहीं ज्यादा क्योंकि कोई आपसे प्यार करे आप उसके लायक ही नहीं है मिस्टर रायजादा नफरत करते हैं हम आपकी नफरत क्योंकि आप सिर्फ नफरत के लायक हैं
There's this look in his eyes that is just like very subtle, very well done.
Sanaya.
Oh boy. Probably the marriage. Like when she finds out that. Yeah, the scene that you were mentioning when Arnav gives her the ultimatum. Essentially, that heartbreak is like she goes from like in love to like her world turning upside down.
तुम्हारी बहन पायल की शादी तब तक नहीं होगी जब तक तुम मेरी बात मान नहीं लेती जब तक मैं वहां पहुंच नहीं जाता आकाश शादी के फेरे नहीं लेगा
New Year?
कहाँ है
Deepali?
Second marriage, when she tells Akash that I'm gonna go, like basically that, you know, if you don't want my sister in that house, I am not like, I shouldn't be welcome either.
अगर हमारी बहन की इस घर में कोई जगह नहीं है तो हम इस परिवार का हिस्सा कैसे बने रह सकते
पायल कैसी बातें कर रही हो
Dalljiet.
Honestly, any moment she was being like a good sister, which is a lot. I'd say the scene when they talk about their mom's bangles.
तब हमें कहाँ पता था कि माँ नहीं बस चिट्ठी रह जाएगी
Yeah. Nani ji.
Ooh la la? Can I say that?
Mami ji.
I'll pick the same scene, the comedy scene.
Bua ji.
when she's like, I don't care if he's the boss, I'm going to kick his ass if something happened to Khushi.
तुम मालिक हुई हो अपने ऑफिस में। अगर हमारी बिटिया को कुछ हुआ ना तो नंद किशोर की कसम तुम्हारा बैंड ना बजाया तो हमारा नाम मधुमती नहीं।
Babuji.
One of the first scenes when he talks to her in this shop when she's making jalebis after the wedding breaks up.
हम बात पे घाटना नहीं चाह रहे थे बाबू।
हम जाना था बिटिया, पर तुम अरे हमका ये सब करे से पहले बताए दिया होता। काहे इतनी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी अकेले अपने सर पे ले ली? तो का अपने बाबूजी पर भरोसा नहीं रहा?
And of course, the one and only Shyam Manohar Jha, played by the one and only Abhas.
When he attempts to kill Shashi.
Pucho.
NK.
Oof. This one scene that I really love that Karan plays is when it's Khushi's birthday and he's giving her gifts and he stops to ask her that, are you doing okay? There's a subtle shift of NK that you realize that he actually has depth that's very well acted. Like it's a 1 second shift, but you realize that even NK is playing a part by always being happy.
और इसके लिए शुक्रिया।
खुशी जी, वो खुशी जी, are you okay? कहीं आपको इस बात का
बुरा तो नहीं लगा? बिल्कुल नहीं। सिर्फ किसी के चेहरे पे मुस्कुराहट लाने के लिए उन्होंने ऐसा किया, और हमें बुरा कैसे लग सकता है?
हाँ बन्या।
Ooh, I love this scene where she argues with Arnav about when Arnav finds her on their bed, on his bed, where Lavanya is all dressed up in this. It's a terrible scene, dressed up by Khushi in all this wedding attire and everything. Then Khushi goes and then Lavanya argues with him that I want to see a future of this relationship. Do you not love me? And he's like, no, I don't love you. And then he's like, if I didn't love you, then I wouldn't have fought with my family to bring you here and things like that. Of course, parwa nahi hai mera. And they have this huge, which leads to their first breakup. And what I find very surprising is that Sana was like 18, 19. And I'm like, dang, that was a very good argument scene. Like, she really aced it. Her temper, her tone. That was a good scene.
नहीं, मैं नहीं चाहूंगी, ना ही मैं अपने कपड़े बदलूंगी।
क्या चाहती हो लावण्या?
मैं और तुम हम दोनों जानते हैं कि मैं क्या चाहती हूँ। The real question is कि तुम क्या चाहते हो?
Aman. I mean, we didn't see him, but like your favorite moment.
I love it that Aman, we don't get to see this, but I love it that I'm somehow wondering that maybe Aman Mathur either shares the same cell as Arnav Singh Raizada or is a very salty dude that he sends Khushi a birthday gift with his name signed on it. I'm like, Aman, you're amazing. You're amazing.
Aman Mathur? ये तो आपके मैनेजर है ना?
हाँ, मैंने उसे पिकअप करने के लिए कहा था। वो तुम्हारा हैंडबैग फट गया था तो।
अमन जी कितने अच्छे हैं।
हाँ?
उन्हें हमारा इतना ख्याल है।
Anjali.
When she loses her child. That disbelief to shock, brilliantly portrayed.
Arnav?
When he gets to know he's being a mama. That scene that he wants to tell Anjali something and then Anjali breaks that news, and the way he's trying to and I just choke up because Anjali is like, why are you getting emotion? Are you getting so emotional over becoming a mama? It's okay, I won't love you any less because of that. Oh my god, the fact that he tries to smile.
छोटे, तुम्हारी आंखों में आंसू। तुम चिंता मत करो, तुम हमेशा हमारे लिए हमारे छोटे ही रहोगे।
Brilliant.
Khushi?
Now I have to think about this. Oof, I love the resignation scene. Sanaya killed it. She killed, absolutely killed it in that scene. Like, I'm fully in love with you. If there was any doubt of it.
हजारों कागजों पर आपका नाम ठीक करना, बारिश में भीगकर गाड़ियों को लगवाना, रात भर रिपोर्ट बनाना और सुबह आपके घर पहुंचाना। हमने सब कुछ किया और चुपचाप किया, क्योंकि हम इस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट की कीमत जानते थे। पर हमारी नजरों में उस कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पर खुशी कुमारी गुप्ता का नाम आपकी कीमत से ज्यादा मायने रखता है।
Pyle.
When she tells Arnav to get lost from their house, when he brings her back home from the guest house, and he's like, should I arrange for a doctor? And she's like, no need. We don't need any more favors from you. I'm like, oof. That was very well done, because Payal has a very interesting way of expressing anger, right? She's not like Arnav or Khushi. She's not very expressive with it. She does not yell. She's not physically aggressive, but oh my god, that killer stare and that logical breakdown, which is why I like to believe she's Virgo instead of Libra, but amazing.
इसे इंतजार में ना कभी तो ये टूटेगी और हार मान लेगी।
Shyam.
It's that scene, it's the very first scene after Tej where he comes back at home and he does all these prayers and promises with Anjali. Oh my god, Abhas was so good in that, because the way he's shifting between being some evil spirit and a completely loyal husband.
आपकी खुशी के रास्ते ना आए।
Tha gaya Guru.
I think that covers most of the main characters.
You forgot
Buaji?
him. You forgot him like
the show.
show. Yeah, exactly.
This is poetic. Akash.
Akash, I love the scene when he argues with his mother when she has right after he gets this stupid plan of getting Payal to say yes to being with him. Then he comes back home and he realizes that his mom has set up. Again, Akash's anger is very different. So he's like, thank you, ma, but I will not be doing this. I already have a person that I love and I'm going to be marrying that one person. Beautifully done.
मैं सिर्फ और सिर्फ पायल जी से शादी करूंगा, and that's final. ठीक है, मैं कुछ नहीं कहता, मैं कुछ नहीं करता.
आकाश?
And he said Buaji, right?
Mm.
Okay. Buaji's comic timing is at another level, because there's this one scene where she calls Khushi, but NK picks it up, and then she thinks that it's actually she's speaking to Nand Kishore, so she's having a fangirl moment. Hamre Nand Kishore. And then she's like, wait a second, my mom saw Nand Kishore on the terrace. Nowadays, he's also available via phone. Like, the fact that she completely swings with that belief of Nand Kishore, it is...
कौन? अरे कमाल है, खुद ही फोन करके बोलते हो नंद किशोर, फिर हमसे ही पूछते हो कि कौन है नंद किशोर. अरे हम हैं नंद किशोर.
नंद किशोर, हमरे नंद किशोर.
My favorite time in the show. I can't stop laughing when that's there. So there are so many more things to talk about, what we loved in the show, what we did not love. Do not love is not something we will mention in the 10-year anniversary because that will be plain mean. But we hope that you really liked this not so tiny little trip down nostalgia lane where we appreciated and spoke about everything we love. Something again we want to reiterate is we also love the directors, the producer, the writer, the sound person, the music director, because Rabbaways and Tu Hi Bata Mere Maula is kind of like that has left an eternal impression. So much so that even after years, if that tune is played in any other show, there are a lot of people who are like, wait a second, this is IPK. Where is this tune coming from? So we hope that you guys love this little segment. Leave your answers in the comments below. We would love to read it, love to rejoice many more moments with you, and stay tuned for all the other videos and short VMs on this podcast. Rids?
Everything she said.
This is exactly why I call her Arnav Singh Raisa.
Fine, I'll say a thing or two. I'll say I think the show was great, as we have pointed out. I would also just like to take a moment to appreciate the fandom, because I think the reason it lasted this long, I think the reason we're even celebrating a 10-year anniversary is because there are a lot of like dedicated, creative, amazing, very talented people in this fandom that kept the show alive for everyone else. And yeah, for everyone who wrote a fic or created art or VMs or I don't know, spend their time discussing theories about the show, you are as much a reason that this show stayed alive as the amazing cast and writing and the team involved in creating this show. So kudos to all of you. I hope you find joy in this show for, the years to come, or if not, in something else that you love equally as much as you have loved IPK so far. Because I think everyone needs an escape time to time, and I hope you find yours.
I just love it that we're talking like as if we're the makers of the show, but anyways.
Look, even the makers of the show have not probably thought about starting a podcast like 10 years post the show happening. So I will say we are probably more relevant right now than they are. Just saying, prove me wrong, come back.
That's a very nice way of putting it out. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed this segment of the podcast. Stay tuned for all the other videos. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I didn't believe I did not play the DAIYA Ho over here.
I am ending my subscription to this fandom as of this moment because of Shri.
Because of the Pepe Ho DAIYA.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You love it.
Mm-mm.
There is a tiny corner. हमें पता है. I know there's a tiny corner in you that loves it.
No, can't find it.
Guys, don't you love the DAIYA Ho? Please write it in the comments below. Mansi, I'm counting on you.
Is it Shri's DAIYA Ho or my subscription to the fandom? You have to weigh these two together. Against each other, sorry.
How dare you? Now you've put them in emotional blackmail. See, this is why this is Arnav Singh Raisa. Emotionally blackmails, barely has any words to say. This is.
Excuse me, I said at least 2 paragraphs.
Chado. Now bye for real. Tata.
Yes, bye.